Hi, my name is Kristy Oliva, Program Specialist at Calvert Senior Center. And it's still October, so we're still going to talk about some haunted history in Maryland. So today we're going to talk about Sharpsburg, Maryland, which is where the Battle of Antietam happened in 1862. So this was part of the Civil War. The battle was the Union and Confederates, obviously, and it started in a cornfield, a 30-acre cornfield, where the Union troops were on one side, the Confederate troops were on the other side, and in the middle was this poor farmer's 30 acres of corn that was probably just about to get harvest. So after the first hour of the battle, unfortunately, the corn had been destroyed, and at one account, the cornfield actually changed hands over 30 times. So there was a very intense battle going on in the cornfield, and 3 hours later, over 9,000 Union and Confederate soldiers had been killed or wounded in that field alone. Meanwhile, another side of the battle was, it was called Sunken Lane, and it was just a sunken down road that was close to the cornfield, and the Confederate soldiers thought that would be a good place for them to have a natural barrier against the Union. Well, unfortunately, the Confederates were outnumbered yet again. There was 2,600 Confederates in that road, and 550 Union soldiers came down on them, and it was very bloody, hand-to-hand combat, close range. So unfortunately, that road was then named Bloody Lane after that. The last part of the battle happened on the lower bridge, where fewer than 500 Confederate soldiers were. They were trying to keep the bridge, but the Union unfortunately outnumbered them again, and they lost the battle at that bridge. So as the night fell on the battlefield, 23,000 casualties happened in Sharpsburg, Maryland on that day, and it was the bloodiest day in American military history. So therefore, many souls have roamed there ever since. There's lots of spooky stories. So I found while I was doing the research for this a podcast, it was called Vet Story, and they interviewed a park ranger, Brian Barris, who said he'd lived there for 20 years, and there are times where it's just eerie to be on the battlefield. Over the years on the sunken road, aka Bloody Lane, the fields surrounding it have become the spookiest on the battlefield. On seeksghosts.com, I found some other alleged stories of ghosts. Some people have described hearing phantom gunshots. They smell gunpowder and visions of soldiers roaming the fields. Others claim that the road has a dead silence to it. Even though people are visiting there, they can't hear anything. The story is told that a visitor of the battlefield spotted several men walking across the field. Thinking they were reenactors, he went over to talk to them, and then they faded. Another creepy tale is a couple of school children heard singing in the fields. It sounded like fa la 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 la. Unfortunately, what they heard was not carolers, and they supposedly were the Irish soldiers' battlefield, which they would say fa bella. Also, I'm pretty sure the cornfield's haunted. I don't think there's a cornfield there, but maybe there's ghosts of corn. You never know. And then at night, visitors near the bridge supposedly see strange lights around the bridge and the water, and they hear a cadence of drum playing and the sounds fading off in the distance. Perhaps these soldiers are still trying to get rest and peace, or it's your own mind playing tricks on you. Believe it or not, this area has a lot of tragic past and it'll never be forgotten. So if you want more information, go up to Sharpsburg, Maryland and learn more. Everybody, happy Halloween. Okay.